We got it. We got it. Ah, shit. Okay, now we need to possibly use the rockets. No. Yes. Come on. No. Come on. No. Ah. Oh, God damn it. Wait, we can do it. Oh! Why do you hate me? Oh. Oh no. I'm not crying. I've got soot in my eyes.
It's the anti-checker.
We will return to your scheduled programming shortly, or we are currently experiencing technical difficulties.
Hey YouTube, Michael J. Crawford, the anti-checker here, and good to see you all relatively. I don't think this is going to be a particularly long stream. I'll go as long as I'm able, but I'm a little exhausted right now. Just got back from the Ford dealership because I had to sign a release form so that the insurance company can get the estimates and determine whether or not they're going to fix my truck or total it out. So lots of fun there. Darth Maul is first today, says, yo, Alexander says first, but actually a close second. Thomas Potts, in an amazing twist of fate, is third and says hi. Alexander then says hi. Life with Matthew says good morning. Turdistan, good morning. Caroga. Mr. Miles says first, Darth, Alexander, and Thomas are fake news. Although, Mr. Miles, what about Life with Matthew? Because he was before you as well. Godspeed says not first. Commander Shran says hello. Bradley says zup y'all. Not Ryan Johnson says not ever first, but here anyway. That's okay. We'll give you a participation trophy. How's that? And Thomas puts $1.99 into the chat. Thank you so much, Thomas, and says Herbert. I hate that episode.
I am Lore Reloaded, here to get this entire thing started here for Lore.
You just tripped over something that was so obvious.
Ah, yes, good old Drax and Lore. And Auntie, what are you even doing today? Oh, she's trying to bury things again. Darth Maul says, about time I was first, and YouTube's actually giving me notifications. Surprise, that's notifications working. That's a miracle. Alexander is lolling. Bradley says, I still think that sounds like Bird trying to whack off. Wow. You have more information on Bird than I want, then. Commander Shran says, stop crying, Bird, Darth Maul. And the notifications are on time. Amazing. Maybe I'm off of YouTube's hate list, except I doubt it based on the viewership of my last couple of videos. Godspeed says, hey, Trigger, found a mod you might like. We'll link you the video in case Krogans are wanting. Excellent. Yeah, just send it to me on Discord. I'll check it out. Alexander, Mr. Rouse says to Alexander, then I had to notice your name is spelled with an R-E, not an E-R. Okay. Not sure why you're saying that right now. Thomas says, hey, Trigger, what when is your worst TOS list coming out? Today you released part 2 of the best. Wow. Really? You really think the episodes I named should be in the best? I know BIRDOPREY does, which is hilarious. When I saw BIRDOPREY's best of list, I knew he was going to be pissed at me. Considering he actually thinks that Gene Roddenberry's unabashed cash grab in an attempt to bail on Star Trek was the best episode of all time. Mrs. Anti-Trekker, well, I know it wasn't, that one wasn't his number 1, but one of the best. Mrs. Anti-Trekker is in the house and waving at everybody, hey babe. And Dr. Alex amazingly shows up immediately after Mrs. Anti-Trekker waves and says, hello all, poor BIRDOPREY. And Kronos is in the house, says, first-ish, love that crying. Yes, it is a classic little piece of audio there. Thank you, BIRDOPREY, for that. The closed caption says, sucked into my eyes. Yeah, sometimes the closed caption YouTube provides can be absolutely hilarious. Reminder to all, change top to live chat. Thank you, Mr. Mouse. Alexander says, yeah, my mother spelled it the French way to be different. Same thing with Mrs. Anti-Trekker. That's why her name is Bridget and not Bridget. Hey, Anti-Trekker, Mrs. Anti-Trekker, and nerds. Hey, Kronos. Bradley says, greetings, Ebony Mom. Blessed day to you and your huggy. Love you all. I assume you mean hubby. And then he says, hubby. Yes, thank you, Bradley. John DeMarco says, hello. Mrs. Anti-Trekker says, hi, Dr. Alex. And winking. I'll be watching your video after this. Excuse me? No. We already talked about this. You are not allowed to watch Dr. Alex videos anymore. Chrono says, Anti-Trekker, like a man loves a Ford. Well, I did love my truck, but I don't love my Ford like BIRDOPREY loves a Jeep, because that's just creepy. However, you know, and I do admit that driving around in the Jeep Wrangler this last week or so has given me an appreciation for Jeeps, but still I would not consider myself physically attracted to Jeeps in the way that BIRDOPREY is. And so, let's see, Dr. Alex is saying to the wife, excellent, had to upload a new version because my friend Ella is a little shy. Well, tell her to get over it. Isn't she English? Did Anti-Trekker just do Titan's tri-beam attack? LOL. I have no idea what you're talking about there, Bradley. Do you have a picture of your truck to show us? Well, let me see. I don't, not a particularly good one. Like if we bring up pictures of the dog, you can see it's not too severe. Like here's the front. You can see that now that is not a plastic bumper like on many typical cars. That bumper is solid steel, and it got warped to where this part right here is actually making physical contact with the tires, so couldn't really drive it. So besides the bumper being completely munched, it's hard to see in this particular picture, but that lighting, I'm trying to think of the right term, but that lighting housing is completely smashed in. Also, on the back of the truck, that's right there, you can see took a nice chunk out of the back fender there. So is it incredibly severe? No, it's just that I gotta wait for the insurance companies to deal with all that, and so yeah, it just sucks. And Dr. Alex is now sending Mrs. Anti-Trekker links to his videos, which is shame on you, Dr. Alex. You should not be doing that. Mrs. Anti-Trekker, Dr. Alex, cool, looking forward to it. No, you're not. Are you hoping they fix it? Well, Alexander, I just want this to be done. If they fix it, fine. If they total it, fine. I'm really okay either way. I like the truck, but if I have to get something else, I'll probably get something like the Jeep, because I actually enjoy driving that around a little bit, and it's a little more nimble than having a big old truck. And with my back the way it is, having a big old truck doesn't really help me all that much, because I can't load anything into it. Darth Maul, when I think of 60s and hippies, I think of that TOS episode. Yeah, you know what? It's funny because, yeah. And let's see. So, Oh, I see, the trans tri-beam attack. So that's Mr. Miles. Thank you for sending this picture. So he sent this. So yes, that does look a lot like the one symbol from the space hippies. And so let's see. Mr. Miles says, I said Alexander is fake news, but the name is spelled Alexander, and I was just pointing out my mistake. Ah, okay. Kronos says, forgive me, I need foods. Be right back. That's okay, Kronos. You're allowed to eat. Godspeed, saying, Mrs. Antricker, hope you're doing awesome today. Well, everybody just like way more concerned with her. I don't understand that. Life with Matthew says, I asked Google for Chinese food near me, and it's showing me La Hacienda, McDonald's, and Taco Bell. But I think Google is drunk or has the munchies. You know, or it's just, see, that's the thing. Google, and this is why I am in full support of the federal government going after Google for antitrust. They're trying to manipulate the world. You know, they basically want to be able to choose who wins and who dies, you know. So that's why they'll promote businesses that they like, and they will demote businesses they don't like. And if you can't find them on Google, guess what? You're not going to get any internet traffic. And if your business depends on that, Google can literally destroy you. And so I absolutely believe that antitrust regulations should be filed against Google. And in fact, as far as their search engine algorithm and their YouTube algorithms, I honestly think that at this point, because Google has shown that they are perfectly willing and in fact want to manipulate the results in order to create a better world in their image, if based on that, I think that there should be federal oversight of those algorithms. Mr. Rouse says, Antrigger, I think it's a good thing Kirk never had to take care of a kid. You're probably right about that. Godspeed says, Antrigger, my friend said I'm very prepared. I booked the hotel for all of August, waiting for dates to be announced, LOL. And if I booked not €800 room is 1,200. Well, there's nothing wrong with being prepared, Godspeed, but hopefully they don't move the convention to September. And let's see. Brian Adams needs to do a song in the vein of When a Man Loves a Woman, When a Man Loves a Jeep. Yeah, he really should. But just for Bird, when a bird loves a Jeep, I think. Because I know BIRDOPREY thinks that other people love Jeeps like he does, but truly I think that Bird is the only one. So let's see. And Darth Maul says, damn, that's fairly new F-250. Actually, well, it's a 2011. So, which, you know, when I got it, I don't remember if I got it last year or the year before. I think the year before. So if I got it in 2017, it was like 6 years old. Had well over 100,000 miles on it because it was a work truck before I got my hands on it. But got a good deal on it, so I'm not complaining. NBC streaming service. What, Thomas? Why are you putting a link to the NBC streaming service in the chat? Oh, okay. So it's a tweet about the NBC streaming service. Let me see. What does it say? It says, Lights Camera Pod says NBC's streaming service will be called Peacock. Rebooting Saved by the Bell, Battlestar Galactica, Punky Brewster. Includes The Office, Cheers, Frasier, Everybody Loves Raymond, Parks and Rec. That's pointless. I mean, here's the thing. The only thing on... What are you doing, Auntie? Get out of there, you. Hey. Yeah. What are you doing? What is this? Oh, that's right. All right. Dummy. All right. Sorry, dog was getting into trouble. Anyway, the NBC streaming service seems completely and utterly pointless. The only reason I would even consider it is if the reboot of Battlestar Galactica is any good. However, why do I have a feeling it's just going to be Star Trek Discovery, except with the Battlestar Galactica format? So, yeah, we'll see. Live with Matthew says, okay, I get the reference. Anti-Tracker is just uncultured when it comes to anime. Yes, I fully admit my anime ignorance. I apologize, but that's not one of my strong suits. What are you doing, Auntie? You're just everywhere today. So, yeah. And let's see. But it will not be a cheaper repair. Well, as far as the cost of repair, I don't care. The other guy, it looks to me like it will not be totaled, but I do... You do what? But it will not be a cheap repair. I got you. Well, here's the thing. I don't care how much the repair costs because it's entirely on the other guy. He ran a red light and hit me. It's not like I have any liability in this whatsoever. So... You know, if their insurance company tries to get away with something, my next call would be to a lawyer, and we'll sue the crap out of them if that's what we need to do. Dr. Alex says, sorry, Anti-Tracker. Thanks, Bridget, Mrs. Anti-Tracker. How is that better? Why don't you get a smaller car for cheaper until you can get on your geet? I assume you mean feet. Well, it just depends on what the other insurance company goes. We have to have a dependable car. I don't, as far as the size of the car, I prefer big, but that's mainly because I'm paranoid after, I will tell you guys, and this is no joke, people in freaking Tennessee, nice people, but they can't drive worth a crap. And I've been hit now, straight up T-boned by people blowing through where they should have had a complete stop twice. And both times had I not been in a truck, I would probably have been killed. As it is, this last time it actually fractured a vertebrae, and that's me being in an F-250. And so if I was in a smaller vehicle, I would probably have extremely severe injuries or be dead. Not to mention Mrs. Anti-Tracker and Joshua could have been hurt. Sometimes it costs more to fix something than it did to buy it. Yeah, that's true. And that's where the whole total thing comes out, Dan, is that the insurance company will get the cost from Ford as to how much it will cost to repair the truck, and the insurance company will either pay Ford to repair the truck in full, or they will say, well, the truck's worth, pulling numbers out of the air, the truck's worth $10,000, but it costs $15,000 to fix it, so here's your $10,000. You know, that's basically their options. Mexican, Chinese, same thing. Google. Yep, absolutely true. And let's see. Dr. Ox says, hey, Trey, if you want to be scared by Google, check out the video I uploaded 5 minutes ago. Well, I don't know what you uploaded 5 minutes ago, Dr. Alex, but Google scares me plenty without having to see that. I mean, I'm just saying that. And that would be your channel popping up on my screen. Oh, Edward Snowden. Oh, lovely. Gotta love Edward Snowden. Let's see here. Josh Street says, hi, Mrs. Anti-Tracker. Hope you're having a great day so far. Wow, nobody loves me. Thomas says, where the hell is Bird? I think he's crying, actually. Let me see here. Bird?
We got it. Ah, shit. Okay, now we need to possibly use the rockets. No. Yes. Come on. No. Come on. No. Ah. Oh, God damn it. Wait, we can do it. Oh. Oh. Why do you hate me?
You know, it's funny because those of you that think that that's the sound of Bird masturbating, it's funny because if you think about it, that does sound like that could be about right. Let's see. The NBC thing sounds awful. It just sounds like a waste. I mean, here's the thing. I will probably have to at least subscribe for a month or so to give the new Battlestar Galactica a look. However, that's really it. I mean, yeah. Do I care about them rebooting Punky Brewster? Not one bit. And in fact, Sir Punky Brewster, NBC giving the people what they never asked for. Exactly. BIRDOPREY is here. It says, I'm here. You can start the stream. Very good. Good to see you, Bird. Well, in that case, let me put this back on for you.
We got it. We got it. Ah, shit. Okay, now.
I know you.
Now
like
we need to possibly use the rockets.
We'll get to the good stuff here. There you go.
Oh no. I'm not crying. I've got soot in my eyes.
He's not crying. He has soot in his eyes. So let's see. What is the Google system puts in the subtitles for that? Still waiting for it here.
I'm not crying. I've got soot in my eyes.
Says I've got it. I got it in my eyes. He's not crying. He has it in his eyes. So let's see what is the Google. Okay. Well, there you go. Go back to there. All right. We want MCU anime naked now. that's bad. Dan says, Enter, I don't like the TOS episode I Mud. There's a scene where they have to dance to confuse the androids. I remember that, yes. I Mud, not, in my opinion, a great episode, but not a horrible episode. Tentacle says, Andy Tracker is a Herbert. His worst episodes are actually good episodes. No Cat's Paw on the list, no Omega Glory. Why? Well, first of all, because I think that Cat's Paw and Omega Glory are better than those 5 episodes. Sorry. Now, I'm not saying Cat's Paw is like one of my favorite episodes. I would definitely rank Cat's Paw towards the bottom of the list as far as execution. The funny thing about Cat's Paw is it actually has some really good ideas that were just not done well. Omega Glory, it's typical schlock writing from Gene Roddenberry. Thomas says, hey, buy a car made of steel. Yeah, that would be nice if anybody made cars out of steel since 1972 or whatever. And that's actually one thing I don't like is like, because the F-250 is a very solid feeling vehicle, and you get in any of these newer cars, like you get into a Kia or something like that, and you feel like it's literally made out of tinfoil. It's horrible. And Mr. Morrow says, I've watched about 1,000 anime series throughout my life. I started when I was around 12, and mostly stopped by the time I was 25. Mostly stopped. We will see MCU anime naked soon, or my name isn't Herman Schmeckelbeck. Wait, my name isn't Herman Schmeckelbeck. Well, then I guess we won't be seeing it. And there's Stromer singing the Carogan National Anthem, which goes home in Caroga, where sassy and alpacas play, where often is heard an SOB from Bird, and he flips off Turdistan all day. Yeah. BIRDOPREY says, Andrew has a problem with Kirk making googly eyes at a 300-year-old alien, but okay with Neelix and his 7-year-old girlfriend. When did I say I was okay with Neelix and his 7-year-old girlfriend? That's a complete and utter straw man, because I never talked about Neelix and his 7-year-old girlfriend. Although I would make this argument, is that it's not about the number of years, it's about the maturity level of that person or species, right? So, for example, a 7-year-old dog like Auntie is a middle-aged dog. She's 7 years old, right? Now, with the Ocampa, they only have a lifespan of, I don't remember what is it, like 9 years or whatever. And so for her, 7 years old is a fully matured Ocampa. On the flip side, Miri, it takes them 300 plus years to reach puberty, and they behave as prepubescent children. So they are still children. So yes, I think that is disturbing. The totality is damaging is over 80% of the value of the vehicle. Oh, as far as when they total, yeah, I know. So I'm not an insurance adjuster, but yeah, I know there's a mathematical formula where they just figure that they'll total it and all that. But yeah, Live Matthew says, careful on trigger. Say one more bad thing about Google and your stream might mysteriously end. Very true, but at this point, why hold back? After all, Google is doing everything they can to hurt me, and they're being very effective at it, so what the hell? Chronos says, trigger. Were you forced to eat SOS in the military? No, I was not. I've heard people talk about that kind of thing, but no, I've never seen anything like that. Was he, Snowden, does to secure his phone is quite heavy duty. I'm sure it is. Roxanne says, do you have audio Bird watching Pornhub again? No, that's just Bird doing something. Love that suffering. Music to my ears. And says the orgasmic sounds of Bird. Live with Matthew says, sounds like Bird at the horse races. Yeah, see, sounds more like that to me too, but yeah. Sounds of Joe in a Jeep, yeah. Schromer says, greetings, Anti-Trigger and fellow nerds. Good to see you, Schromer. Even though you posted a minute before that. And BIRDOPREY says, you're right to Mr. Miles. That she was 3. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't remember how old she was. But the Ocampans have a very short lifespan. However, Kess, based on her species, was a fully mature female. Now, why she would want to date a hedgehog, I have no idea. But, yeah. Don't you have Bird crashing into his own base? I don't think I have that one. That's not. I do need to get that though from that recent live stream where he first gets shot down by you, Thomas, and then immediately gets into another ship and crashes into the one thing sticking out of his base. That was so funny. That sounds like Bird with a girl, but got the blue pill, failed, and it was a smarty. That's bad. Darth Ball says Bird has ED. You guys are horrible. Wesley's here. Good to see you. Kronos just lost my appetite. Thanks, Anti-Checker. Jerk. Sorry. But don't blame me. Dan says, new Battlestar Galactica. Yeah, apparently NBC is going to do a new battle. Keep in mind, NBC has always owned Battlestar Galactica, or at least for a very long time. I believe it was a Universal production, but I believe it was originally aired on NBC. But and NBC, basically own, and now NBC Universal is the same company anyway. But then NBC owns the Sci-Fi Channel, which is where the BESG reboot happened, and now NBC is launching their Peacock streaming service, and they're going to do another reboot of Battlestar Galactica because they don't have, they can't ruin Star Trek, so they need to ruin Battlestar Galactica. Let's see, it's like, more Bird sex tape. What's with this channel? It's not Bird sex tape. It's Bird... Okay, it's Bird sex tape, but, it's still fun. Alex is lulling. Mr. Mouse says, I got sucked in my eyes. That's what it said for you? Okay. If you need help with your Bird sex tape addiction, well, yeah, I know. The reboot of Battlestar Galactica. This time Apollo, Starbuck, and Adama will all be women. You might be right. Google says new Battlestar Galactica to be on Peacock. I like Battlestar Galactica, but I haven't heard anything about this. Yeah, I didn't know about it. I knew that I knew there were talks of a new Battlestar Galactica. I thought it was going to be a new feature film. I didn't think they were doing a new series. And so I didn't know it was going to be on their Peacock streaming service. It makes sense, but I'm not expecting much out of it. Remember, turn on the mic and camera before streaming, smash the like button, tickle the subscribe button, share via socials, donate if you can, join the Patreon, and down with Caroga and Demoris Hulu's top. I hope Adama is a trans this time. BIRDOPREY says, if you hate the Omega Glory, then you hate America. Well, I don't hate the Omega Glory, but I think it's kind of a corny ending, but I don't hate it. Well, the DeLorean was steel. Yeah, and the DeLorean was also an extremely expensive vehicle, and the DeLorean was produced in extremely small numbers, and so good luck getting a DeLorean. And John DeMarco says, Omega Glory wasn't a bad episode until you get to the ending. Yeah, exactly. It had a crap ending, but overall, I think the episode was good. Auntie is freaking out. Well, she might have been when you were posting that, but now she's snoozing as usual. Hello, and Gary, thank you so much, donates $2 through Super Chat. I don't see a comment attached to it, but thank you, Gary. I truly, truly appreciate it. If you want a super chat reward, throw out a number. I think it's 1 through 27 now. Or is it 28? Whatever. You know. It's in the description. Let's see. 1980 cars were still steel. I bought one as a teen. It was still driving fine up to 5 years ago because cars were once built to last. Yes, but cars are no longer built to last. So that's a problem. And Yosef, welcome, my friend. Donated €2 to the Super Chat. Missed 28 minutes. Start over with 23, please. All right, well, Yosef is here, so got to start over. Hold on. Let's see.
We got it. We got it. Ah, shit. Okay, now we need to possibly.
Hey guys, Michael J. Crawford, the Anti-Trekker here. Oh, look at that. First today is Yosef, and he wants number 23. You got it, Yosef. And so welcome to the show. Just getting started. So yeah. And let's see. Chrono says Auntie is freaking out. Well, she's not now, but she must have been when you typed that. Tentacle says, I mean the Combs. Oh, yeah, the Yangs were the superior race. I mean the Combs. Because they were Asian. Auntie is trying to dig through the beds. Yeah, she does that a lot. She's face rolling again. You could do it, Auntie. Yeah, she tries. She keeps trying. Dan says, do not like TOS Spectre the Gun, which is the gunfight of the OK Corral. Doctor Who in the 60s also did this type of episode. Spectre the Gun, I think, was an interesting one. Again, in a similar way as Omega Glory, I think that there were elements of it that did not pan out well, but the concept was there. The Cylons will all be men, but they will want to be women because 2019. I think you could be right. And I actually thought of that, and I didn't want to say it. And now you said it, which means it's probably what they're going to do. Schromer says, could you give my wife a shout out? She has decided to go back to college and started today. Well, very cool. Well, Mrs. Schromer, because I don't know what your name is, congratulations on going back to college. Is freaking awesome. Remember, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. So why are you with Schromer? Anyway, but no, stick to it. Kick some butt. Make a ton of money so that your husband can then donate it to me because I'm a bum. Wesley says, what's going on today? Not a whole lot, Wes. Gonna have to mess with the server after the stream. I got a ton of work to do today. It's my day off, but yeah. Auntie is all right. I repeat, Auntie is all right. Yes, she is fine. She is, she had an exhausting time digging through things that cannot be dug through, and now she's going to sleep for the next several hours. A species on Voyager that ages backwards is probably takes the prize for weirdest life cycle. Well, and that doesn't even make sense to suggest that age backwards because, you know, you start out old and decrepit and then turn younger and younger and younger. That kind of a concept is just stupid to me because it makes no practical sense. Alexander says, Liz is Sonic's cousin from the Delta Quadrant. Oh, do you mean Neelix is Sonic's cousin from the Delta Quadrant? Gotcha. That actually makes sense. Liz doesn't. Enter. Actually, no, Kess never hit puberty. She only had her puberty later when they got into space. Well, but is it? Well, it's not the equivalent of human puberty. I remember that episode where she like started getting weird. But however, their life cycle is different than a human. You're judging her by human standards. That's the problem. NBC, home of the woke peacock. Mr. Miles says, enter. Okay, here's one. The TNG episode where some of the crew are turned into children via the transporter, but they're still mentally the same people. O'Brien freaked out when his wife tried to kiss him. Yeah, that I can understand because that, I mean, think about it. If for some reason, some ray whatever hit Mrs. Anti-Checker, and all of a sudden she had the body of a 10-year-old girl, I would feel a little uncomfortable with, no, that would be, yeah. That I would feel uncomfortable with that. I don't blame him. Neelix says Dr. Robotics DNA mixed with Sonic and then dumped into the Delta Quadrant. I think you are right. And there's Gary's $2. Thank you again, Gary. And if you do want a super chat, don't forget to tell me. Wesley says, my phone battery's almost dead. Stupid me. Later. All right, Wesley, you're probably already gone, but have a good one. MC says, just watch your 5 worst US episodes. You're wrong about The Way to Eden. It's a deep episode and even more considering when it aired. MC, I love you, but no. Project Omega had its setback. I will get it done. Well, Nicole, you keep working on Project Omega, because we actually have another project we're working on that has been making progress, which will be very exciting. And there's Yosef's 2 euro super chat, where we played number 23 and we officially started the show. Thank you, Yosef. You do know it's a safe bet that Baltar will be a stand-in for Trump. Oh man. Hi, I'm Gaius Baltar. Oh jeez. I was sitting down to eat when you mentioned Bird's sex tape. Now I really hate you, jerk. By the way, when are you going to watch the movie Tombstone? Well, Kronos, I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to watch Tombstone, because right now I'm working on, of course, the Dark Phoenix review. I also have to get a certain other 2 other reviews done, one of which you are bribing me insane amounts of money to do. So that's got to take priority over watching Tombstone. And Gary wants number 14. You got it, my friend. I don't even know which one that is, but here.
Okay, Dad, let me get this helmet on here. And...
F*** you, Luke Skywalker. Lousy and great. Hate that kid.
Yes, I do love that one. And Alexander says, I have a DeLorean owned since I was 15. That's it in my profile picture. DeLoreans are fiberglass underneath the stainless steel body panels. I did not know that, but that doesn't really surprise me, because if they actually tried to make the car out of solid stainless steel, the car would weigh a freaking ton. Wesley then says first after he said later, so okay. Also, safe bet Baltar is safe from race swapping. Yeah, he's probably the only person who is. Alexander says it's incredibly lightweight car, only weighs 2,600 pounds. Wow, really? I didn't realize it was that light. Robert says, will you do your top 5 favorite and least favorite on every Star Trek series? That's kind of what we're thinking of at this point, yes. And then maybe even other shows, so beyond Star Trek. Wesley says, darn, miss being first. You sure did. Says 23 spinning Spock spin. Kronos wants to know if Mrs. Anti-Checker has seen Tombstone. She has not. I don't believe. She's not really a big Western fan, except for some of the old spaghetti Westerns. Let's see. Baltar will be the one straight guy because 2019. Yeah. Kick that Discovery in the nads. Well, the funny thing is, I think it'll be interesting if BSG turns out to be just Discovery produced by Universal. Boy, that will just be a painful thing. Star Trek Voyager, Naomi Wildman grew up quite quickly in space of 6 years. She was born in season 2. Yeah, she really did. I didn't think about that, but yes, she really did. No, because they built villages and had metal work while the Yangs are savages. Well, I always sort of why they're superior. Well, it just means that they were not. In fact, Kirk actually flat out says it in the episode, is that the disaster that befell the planet, the biological warfare that almost wiped out the, as he put it, yellow civilization, and did wipe out the white civilization. And then Thomas throws a link in for something.
God damn it! I don't know why it's...
Okay, that's the great bird crash sequence here. Let's take a quick look, because if Bird is watching, I know this is something you want to be reminded of, because it's, just classic Bird-O-Prey. So if we come on over to the magic screen here.
Saying it is.
There's
Shit.
Bird flying. What Bird doesn't realize is that was a laser blast from Thomas Potts. Now, Bird seems to think... Let's rewind that. All right.
Fuck!
Dang, Bird.
Fuck!
Wow, Bird, you got a potty mouth on you. All right. So, yeah, obviously Bird just got blown out of the sky, and he thinks that that's a game glitch. But that's not even the best part of all this. The best part of all this is that Bird then goes back to his base.
We better take...
Hops into another ship to continue the battle. And then, of course, YouTube decides to freeze up. All right, there we go.
I forget which ship this is. The Fillmore.
He doesn't know the name of his only ship. All right. So he gets on the SOB
It would appear the Buchanan.
Now notice,
Buchanan
let's pause it here. All right. So here in the middle of the screen, we see Bird and the SOB Fillmore. And you can see he's in a wide, flat area, an ice lake, lots and lots of open area for him to fly around and try and track down Thomas Potts, who just shot him out of the sky. The only thing protruding from the ground at all is this ridiculous pole, which has a bunch of wind turbines on it. And so that is it. Other than that, there's nothing sticking out of the ground other than way off in the distance in the islands and the hills way out there. So what does he do?
No more.
What? Wait, Bird, turn.
No,
turn.
Don't hit the tower. Oh, son of a bitch. How did I want the hell? Oh, don't tell me I'm dead.
So, yes, congratulations, Bird-O-Prey. The worst pilot in the history of anything. Crowd say, wow, it's record just, wow, not sure why. Probably something horrible that I said. Joseph says, please, a shout out to Dr. Alex and his Doctor Who novel. It is especially good. No, I refuse to give shout outs to Dr. Alex because he's constantly trying to pick up Mrs. Anti-Checker, and he has a much better voice than mine, so no. That poor dog, Auntie should be freed to live in the Caroga wilderness. Yeah, that would be a bad idea. Robert says that mind is a terrible thing to waste, unless watching Spock's brain. I think DC is doing a movie called Bird of Prey for 2020. That would be hilarious if Birds of Prey was actually just called Bird of Prey. Not Peacock Wokecock. Yeah. Yeah, shouldn't it be, they shouldn't call it peacock anymore because peacock is a male bird. Should they be calling it a peahen? Just saying, NBC's symbol is male and supports the patriarchy. NBC needs to get woke. Suddenly the server shows 2,000% lower performance. Wow, you're not kidding. It does. I don't know why, but I'll tell you what. So since nobody's on the server right now, hold on just a second, guy. In fact, here, we'll do something nice. I know, since Dr. Alex is here, we'll play his favorite.
And introducing Bearded Spock with his amazing dyslexia powers.
Good thing the wife doesn't realize I actually like STD. Well, what she doesn't know won't hurt her.
Oh, Dr. Alex, I just can't believe this. Michael actually likes Star Trek Discovery. I don't know what to do. I think I want to be with you.
Bridget, this is so unexpected. You want to run away with me? I don't know what to say. I'm a little concerned. I mean, Anti-Trekker's a bit bigger than me. I think he's at least 2 inches taller.
Actually, he's only 3 feet tall.
3 foot? I knew it. I knew that hatch was for him as a dwarf.
Actually, he's not a dwarf.
What?
He has big hairy feet. He's a hobbit.
And his feet are furry? He's a hobbit. Oh my god. He's just not to be trusted. Quick, run away with me, now that I know that I'm twice as tall. His little legs will never catch us.
Oh, yes. Yes. Let's run away together.
Alright, sorry. Trying to do 2 things at once and sucking at it here, so restarting the server right now. And get rid of this extra crap. Ugh. Oh, by the way, I got a friend request on the server from someone named Enterprise NX01. I have no idea who that is. If you are Enterprise NX01, please let me know. Alright, so let's... Just waiting to see if the server starts up, guys. Bear with me. And simulation is starting. Come on. Come on, hurry up. Hurry up. Alright, we'll give it a minute. Where was I? I am geeked. The Sega Genesis Mini drops tomorrow night. After 42 games mean the Genesis Mini is also the answer to the ultimate question of life, universe, and everything. Well, there you go. And you should be stoked about that since retro gaming is right up your alley. Surprised NBC is calling their service Peacock. So sexist. It should be P-genital. Yeah. Or, you know, like I said, P-hen. Because, in fact, because Peacock is the TV network, P-hen would be the streaming service. But no. Or, yeah, they need to come up with a completely different name. I remember George Carlin's name for a female peacock, which I shall not say. Charging phone. I can never look at Neelix again the same way. What the turd did to Robotnik? What the turd did Robotnik do to Sonic? Well, yeah, that's disgusting, isn't it? Let's see. And now I got lost. All right. What do you think of? Let's see. What would Joshua think if a ray hit both you and Miss Sanchez, turning you both into 10-year-olds? I don't know. I don't know. That would be bizarre. Okay. So yeah, it's running again, and it looks like the simulation speed is back up to normal. So go ahead and check it, and it should be working now. Let's see. Star Trek Discovery Season 3, Episode 2, Agent Gary 7 gets a talk down from Burnham. Actually, here's what's going to happen is we're going to find out that Michael Burnham is actually invents the planetary cloaking device that the aliens that trained Gary 7 used. What does everyone think about the rumor that Leia, not Luke, was the last Jedi? I don't think anybody cares at this point. Let's see. Actor says, like 5 minutes ago, the engineer server was running at 2 frames per second. Yeah. So try it now and see if it's running better, Hector. Tombstone is a 2-hour movie, not a lifelong commitment. I understand, but I still have lots and lots of things to do. And I got to say, Carlos, it's actually very difficult for me to watch new stuff right now because of the fact that I can't focus on anything. I know that sounds silly, but like this live stream is difficult enough. So, you know, watching stuff that I'm unfamiliar with is actually quite difficult for me right now. TV show Big Bang Theory is gone. Does anyone still talk about that show? Nope. Not at all. Let's see. And says, my friend Jeff was a historical advisor on Tombstone when Kevin Jarre was writing the script. Jarre started directing but was fired. They hired George Customos, but Kurt Russell directed in secret. I did not know that. Chris is in the house, says Caroga will fall. Oh, absolutely, Caroga will fall. Hope things went well after I got off yesterday, Chris, and yeah, we'll talk. Kurt Russell directed most of Tombstone and vowed to keep it a secret until Cosmos died. That's cool. I did not know that. Darren says, enter. Oh, sorry, I'm late. Oh, pigs in space. Yes. Good to see you, Darren. Enter. I feel silly for asking, but what is a spaghetti western? Is that like Blazing Saddles? No, a spaghetti western, the term actually is somewhat racist, but it means an Italian American Western film. So it's a film produced by the Italian cinema. I don't know what they're called, but whatever the Italian equivalent of Hollywood. It's actually an Italian film, a foreign film, but it's a foreign film about the American West. And there are lots of classic spaghetti westerns, and I guarantee you've seen at least one of them if you like westerns. And so Ghostbusters 3 may not contain the original characters. I quite frankly don't care about, at this point, Ghostbusters is a dead franchise. Josh wants to know if Bird kisses his mother with that sailor's mouth. Ah, no kidding. Just horrible. Chrono says, I'm drunk and bigoted, same as always. Well, good to hear, I guess. Darren is saying, space and space. What is space? Yeah. Bird blames the autopilot that made by Turdistans, even though it was made by Karogans. Of course he does. It's BIRDOPREY. Wes says, BIRDOPREY has been faking all of the crashes. He's actually an excellent actor and has fooled us all. Wesley, no. If Mrs. Antrik says he's a hobbit, then then it must be true. Well, no. Yeah, see, and Tentacle says he's a Herbert. Jeez. Antrik is a hobbit, and after the surgery, he'll be a half a hobbit. And Godspeed says, Antrik, that's me. Oh, okay. Antrik, try to do two things at once, and you're sucking at it. Normally, if you try doing one thing at once, it's sucking at it, so you're doubling your productivity. Wow, Rock Solid, that was so kind. Thank you. What do you think about Iran? Maybe bombing on the Saudis' oil production kind of worries me. Yeah, if Iran gets aggressive, things can get ugly. Because keep in mind, Iran does have nukes. So that could get very, very... Or at least they're working on getting nukes. I don't know what their current status of their nuclear program is. Godspeed says, I'm Enterprise NX01. Well, thank you, Godspeed. Yeah, see, here's the problem. When you sent me that friend request, I got it a few days ago, but I had no idea who Enterprise NX01 is, and if I don't know who you are, I don't answer until I confirm. So I'll answer that right now, then. All right, Enterprise NX01, you should be able to get into the game now if you haven't already. And if you are in the game, let me know who you are in the game so I can say hi. Apparently, the Joker movie is designed to be a one-off movie. The writer says they made it with the idea that they will not do any sequels. Yeah, well, theoretically, that's how all movies should be written, but that doesn't change the fact that doesn't feel like the freaking Joker. So, yeah. Let's see. The more I think about it, I anticipate reboot of Battlestar Galactica will be a lot like Discovery. Yeah, I think it will too. Are you looking forward to the Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker? No. I'm looking forward to Joaquin Phoenix as the killer psycho clown, but I'm sorry, that's not the frickin' Joker. Wesley says I sexually identify as the Enterprise 1701D. Yeah, you would. Actor says, Trigger, if you watch carefully, just after the Fillmore takes off, when he sees towards the base, white and purple ship was buzzing his tower at 300 meters per second. That distracted him and caused the crash. Here's the problem with that, is that Bird would have crashed regardless. Godspeed, that is in your Discord, man. They won't expect it or do anything about it. I will check it out, Godspeed. So let's see. Mr. Mouse says, no, what it'll be to us was using Burnham's technology to time travel on Assignment Earth. Oh, yeah, you're probably right. Dan says, Antracker, what would make you care about Star Wars? If Episode 9 is mind-blowingly good, I will start caring about Star Wars again. Right now, Star Wars is a dead franchise to me. Star Trek is on life support, not looking good. And, yeah, I mean, Ghostbusters is a dead franchise. Men in Black, I haven't seen International yet, but, you know. Stop reanimating poor Carrie Fisher's dead corpse and throwing her in movies. Let the poor lady die. I agree. Cronus says, sorry, I forgot about your drain damage. Thanks. Remember, you have to tell me the plan. Yes, Thomas. We'll try. I'll tell you what. If you're available, we'll talk after this stream. Interestingly, most spaghetti westerns were filmed in Spain. I actually like them. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly being my favorite. They look like alternate reality westerns. Well, and that's the thing. Like, that's why I said you've seen a spaghetti western, and because Good, Bad, and the Ugly is one of the most popular westerns of all time. And so Cinecittà is the Italian Hollywood. Thank you, Hector. And that means movie city. That makes sense. Hello, world. And Rock Solid throws another $2 in the chat. Says, I'm a jerk. We get along because I'm rock solid. And number 4. Still trying to figure that one out. All right, so where was I? Got to get caught up so we can wrap this sucker up. Let's see. There's another Jedi Ahsoka. She survived. Order 66 hinted there may be. There's more. They stole tons of Force using babies, and there's tons of Jedi. See, I think that kind of thing is stupid. After the surgery, Anchor will be a hobbling hobbit. You know, it's funny. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, and I'm supposed to get a walker. I am not looking forward to having a walker. Thomas says, lies. Obama made a deal. Iran told them they won't make nukes. Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot. Iran promised they'd be nice, and so they're nice. I'm setting up an account for, will be a while, $350 for new camera priorities. Setting up account will be a while. $350 for new camera priorities. Gotcha. I think. But, okay. And there is Rock Solid Super Chat. Thank you, my friend. I truly do appreciate it. Star Wars TV shows are awesome and canon. Well, they are canon. I don't know about awesome because, quite frankly, you know what? I know it's like one of those things, but you should not have to watch alternate mediums in order to understand your story. So the whole First Order thing, I don't know if it's in the animated shows or in the books or whatever, but yeah, you need to make, you know, Star Wars is a fractured universe as opposed to a shared universe. Enter in have a lot to like with Discovery. I think I have a lot to like with Discovery, but number one is ignoring Sybok. Him and Spock are only 4 years apart. A lot to dislike about Discovery. Wow, I'm sorry, Robert. Yeah, yeah, you know, and the funny thing is, I know I've said this a couple times, but really, Sybok could have been the key to making STD Season 2 make more sense. And I'm going to have to do a full-on video about this, as far as Sybok could have saved STD Season 2. Thomas says, I'm in Space Engineers now. Excellent. I hope it's running okay, because it was running like crap a little while ago. And let's see. When it comes to Westerns, the Magnificent Seven comes to mind. It's how it was just a ripoff of the Seven Samurai. Right. Which in turn, though, inspired Battle Beyond the Stars, the best of the Seven Samurai ripoffs. Let's see. When it comes to, I already read that. Rock Solid said, character limit. Yes, I'm a jerk, but we get along because I'm a Rock Solid channel supporter. Gotcha. Yosa says the last MIB movie was not only completely bad, it was extremely forgettable. From the woke stuff, there were only 2 sentences. Okay. You know what's funny is that we have the X-Men should be X-women at the same time that Men in Black should be Women in Black. And what a great coincidence that is. And yes, Mystique actually does say they should call the team X-Women. And boy, am I going to have something to say about that, because I'm not going to give it away here. But when she gives that line, yeah, I got something to say there. Yo says the last MIP was not completely bad. It was extremely forgettable. From the woke stuff, there were only 2. Oh, I just read that. I just misread it. And says the only saving grace for Star Wars is that you can still watch the original trilogy or the prequels, and you can avoid the Disney mess. Although, and remember, and I know I sound like a broken record with this sometimes, but do not forget, it's not Disney that broke Star Wars. It is Kathleen Kennedy that broke Star Wars, and Kathleen Kennedy was taking over Lucasfilm before Disney purchased it. Kathleen Kennedy was handpicked by George effing Lucas to take over Lucasfilm. So, yes, Disney owns the company, but what we got was what they were working on anyway. Did you have a chance to see the Jurassic Park short on YouTube? It's really good. Not yet. Will your walker also be a Texas Ranger? That's. How old are you, Rock Solid? Because that was a dad joke if I ever heard one. Andre is here from Bosnia. Good to see you, my friend. As always, you always lift my spirits whenever I see that comment. Just a little freezing after getting in, but it seems to be okay. Okay, good. After the surgery, anti-trekker bane will be the stairs. Yes, the stairs coming into this room are going to be the worst thing about my life for the days after the surgery, because I'm going to have to come up here to do work, and yeah, it's going to be tough. New Picard series about bringing Rey's mother to a dimensional rift so she can be born. They did say the end of episode 9 final scene will melt people's minds. Yeah, you know what? They also said that the finale of Star Trek Discovery Season 2 would fix all the canon and continuity issues with Star Trek Discovery. Yeah, it didn't do that, did it? Star Trek says, great, now I have Walker Texas Ranger song stuck in my head. Lee Van Cleef, best spaghetti western actor. I did love me some Lee Van Cleef back in the day. Although that Ninja TV show he was on, I wish I could remember the name of it. That was my favorite Lee Van Cleef, where he was like the ninja master and teaching the young dude. Let's see. I was a little worried I should not return to the Revile to the safe zone after the last pirate hunt. Not sure what should. Why? What happened with the safe zone? That I didn't know about that. Ozzy says, did you see Bird lose 2 ships in less than 2 minutes? Yes, Ozzy. In fact, we just watched it together right here. Although my favorite of the 2 losses, even though Thomas's taking him down with a laser was spectacular and awesome, the fact that, less than a minute later he jumps in another ship to try and take down Thomas and ends up flying directly into the one and only thing he could possibly hit, was the absolute high point of the day for me. So let's take a look at that again.
Buchanan is no more.
Just right into it.
No, don't hit the tower. Oh, son of a bitch. How did they, what the hell? Oh, don't tell me I'm dead.
All right, we won't tell you, Bird. We won't tell you. But yeah, that was awesome. Haven't watched Seven Samurai in years. I may rewatch it this evening. Yeah, I haven't watched it in a very long time myself, and I've been thinking about it. But man, that's a movie that you need to set aside a freaking night for. Nicole says, for a few dollars more, you like that one? I'm kind of partial to, as far as westerns are concerned. I'm kind of partial to Hang 'em High, actually. Fistful of Dollars is a remake of however you pronounce that. Thank you, Tiki. for putting in words that I absolutely cannot read. Ms. Ross says, Disney is responsible for Lucasfilm the way a parent is responsible for a child. Sort of, kind of. I understand what you're saying. Where Disney went wrong, honestly, Mr. Miles, is that after the... basically, here's the thing, because Force Awakens, yes, we all, most of us didn't like that Rey was a Mary Sue, but overall, I think the movie was good. The movie set all sorts of box office records. It's hard to complain when your movie makes over $2 billion, and there's only a couple of movies in history that have hit that kind of number, right? So I can understand that. That's, so you could say, okay, Force Awakens, mega hit, cool. Then you get to Rogue One. Now, Rogue One was generally well accepted by the fans. I personally don't like the dark, gritty side of the rebellion they were trying to expose. I think that ruins it. However, I will also recognize that Rogue One is a well-made movie. The action scene, the big battle at the end was actually freaking awesome. And I actually did like the way it led directly into the original Star Wars. So Rogue One was a success. Now, here's where Disney dropped the ball. Last Jedi came out. All of a sudden, polarized the fans, right? All of a sudden, you had Star Wars fans going at each other like it was Star Trek versus Star Wars days from the early days of the Usernet. I mean, it was crazy, right? And entire YouTube careers got launched, and many channels like Geeks and Gamers and the Quartering, and of course more recently channels like Mecha Random and Nerdrotic and Doomcock, and even my own success have been as a direct result of us being critical of that film. Now, that should have been a red flag for Disney, and Disney at that point should have gone to Kathleen Kennedy and said, look, this is not okay, you need to turn this ship around. Unfortunately, the next project was Solo, and Solo was an utterly forgettable mess. It wasn't a bad movie, but it wasn't a good movie either. And Solo became the first Star Wars movie, of course, to actually lose money at the box office. And so now everything's riding on Episode 9. So as far as Disney's concerned, yes, and we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Although I do think it's interesting that from Last Jedi, which was the real point at which things needed to change, over the next year after that, things have started to change, right? They canceled all their side movies they were going to do. They revamped a few plans. They're trying to get more focused and all that. Fine. Episode 9 a damn well better be an awesome movie. If it's not, Star Wars will be completely dead. Wesley says Kathleen Kennedy should be fired. I tend to agree, but contracts are kind of, that can make it difficult. I missed the bird crashes and Antrigger played again. All right, Vile. So we'll play it one more time. Let's see. So if we look, caution, bird likes to cuss a lot, especially when he's sucking at Space Engineer.
I don't know why it's saying it is. Ah, shit.
All right, so he's flying.
Fuck!
Thomas just killed him.
Right. Oh, come on!
Let's take a look at the...
Fuck!
All right, so Thomas killed him at 8 seconds in the video.
Oh, come on!
So ship 1 lost at 8 seconds. All right, so he respawns.
Where am I? Body location.
You don't know where you are. You're sitting there on your own base,
away.
And you don't know where you are. Seriously, Bird? I mean, I think the gigantic pull into the sky should be a clue.
We better take...
All right, so he's
take the...
getting in another ship.
I forget which ship this is.
I gotta say, though, Bird, that ship looks
the
cool.
Fillmore.
Even though you suck with it, the ship looks cool.
Fillmore.
All right.
It would appear the Buchanan is no more.
Okay, let's take a look. It's gonna be close.
No, don't hit.
All right, there we go. So wrecks the second ship at 1 minute and 1 second. So the 2 crashes were 53 seconds apart. It took him 53 seconds to wreck 2 ships in Space Engineers. Congratulations, Bird. That is a record that is probably going to stand for some time. Roxanne says, I'm 42 going on 4. I believe it. Mr. Ross says, or as the driver of a car, if someone had in the car had drugs and you got pulled over, you, the driver, still held responsible. Same for Disney. I understand what you're saying, Mr. Mouse, but I'm saying Disney, really the time for Disney to act was when The Last Jedi came out. Up to that, because Disney, contrary to some people's popular beliefs, Disney does not micromanage their properties. Disney basically buys up Marvel and says, make Marvel movies. They buy up Pixar and they say, make Pixar movies. Because Disney just wants them to keep doing what they do well. Darren says, if you put inflatable wheels on your walker, would you be a Herald of Galactus? No. Lee Van Cleef was in the show The Master. Yes, The Master. That was the show. I love that show. The only saving grace with Star Wars that you could watch the original trailer. I already read that. And avoid the Kathleen Kennedy mess. Happy. Yes, that makes me happier. Bird towers are a bigger threat to Bird than mountains. Apparently, yeah. There's a fan-made idea that Jar Jar Binks, being a bumbling lucky moron, was really a Sith working to get Anakin to meet Palpatine. Yes, the Darth Jar Jar theory, which is hilarious, but untrue. BirdOpRey says the laser is fake news. Bird, you don't even realize that you were surrounded at the time. You don't even realize Thomas was not the only person in the area. Kronos says, yay, I need a drink. I want an objective subject of the 7 Samurai. Oh, man, that would be a difficult one to pull off because here's the problem, Mr. Miles. Nobody cares about that movie except for diehard fans of The Magnificent Seven and other movies inspired by the 7 Samurai or Japanese cinema. Let's see. And let's see. Every time I watch The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, which is quite often, I focus on Lee's finger missing the tip. I never even noticed that. Thank you. Now I'm going to probably see that. Bird of Caroga, watch out for the tower. Yes. Life with Nancy says, Rogue One destroyed Episode 4's beginning. Listen to a New Hope radio drama for how Leia should have been treated. I haven't heard the radio drama, but I understand. But I'm just saying, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Sing it one more time. And Crow's doing a countdown, I'm assuming, to Bird's ultimate demise. Tom says, Bird plan of flying over me and coming up the rear failed. Yes, and that is actually what Bird said his plan was. My wife is a JJ fan, but she also calls 7 of 9 9 to 5. At least I won't need to tie her and gag her just to drag her to episode 9. Well, there you go. Yeah, and here's the thing. Mrs. Anti-Trekker is like, don't care about episode 9. She will see it. But at this point, after The Last Jedi, she's like, she doesn't care. And that's kind of how I am. But I'm going to see it because I'm hoping that JJ pulls a miracle. Thundercats Ho says, while Force Awakens had issues, the sequel could have fixed those problems. Instead, Last Jedi compounded those issues and made characters' plot pointless, thus damaging Force Awakens. Agreed. That's the thing. And so Force Awakens, at that point, Star Wars was definitely salvageable. Because the Mary Sue aspect, okay, you just got to come up with a good reason for her to have all the powers, right? And a good writer could figure that out. But then to try to really make it that, oh no, you're just the son of random junk traders and you don't mean anything and you just happen to be the most badass person of the Force ever. Whatever. BirdOpRey crashed. I still don't believe I shot him. Well, maybe you didn't, but BirdOpRey just sucks. Awesome, a great way to end my break. Thanks, Anti-Trekker and BirdOpRey. You're welcome, Vile. Have a good one. I think Bird just nosedived. That makes it funnier. Well, that does make it funnier, I will say. Bird just sucks. That's the problem. Cheese and rice. Anti-Trekker, one of the Heralds of Galactus was Airwalker. Oh, man. I knew that, too, because I have every Fantastic Four, so I know exactly who you're talking about with Airwalker. I don't know why you know why? Actually, it's funny because I pictured Airwalker when you said that, but I was thinking about the fact that they originally called him Gabriel. And so I didn't think about the fact that his name was Airwalker. I'm going to attack Caroga by making more mountains around Bird's base. If anti-Dragon's walkers had wheels, he'd be a wagon. Actually, it's a requirement that my walker do have wheels. That's actually a requirement of the hospital. Seven Samurai is quite popular in the anime community. It's not a small community, even though it's not an anime. Many animes have been based on it. That's true. But here's the thing. Most of the people that follow this channel are not the anime community, because this is not an anime channel. I love Seven Samurai. I love almost always curious to see his movies. I have a huge collection of his movies. I don't have all of his movies, but he was an incredible filmmaker. Last Jedi Solo made me miss the sequel to Teen Wolf. Wow. It's popular in the same way Princess Bride is. Yeah, it has a cult following. That's a fair statement. Similar to the Princess Bride and other cult classics. I know they do have a new Sith logo for Episode 9. Yeah, but so what I don't care about, and this is the thing. And I understand that different people have differing opinions on this, but I do not care about what the logo looks like for the Sith. I do not care about the red-colored stormtroopers. I do not care about the butterfly knife lightsaber with dark Rey. What I care about is this a good movie? Is there a good story? Do you have interesting characters? If the answer to that is no, then it doesn't matter if the butterfly lightsaber is stupid or ingenious, because if the movie sucks, it won't matter. So yeah. Andrew says, Death Star Destroyers. Yes, I know. If you want to watch the greatest comedy anime, look up Project A-ko, as it's epic. Well, I can't right now, but that's... and it looks like Mr. Miles is agreeing, I think? Seven Samurai is one of the most important movies in the history of cinema. I don't know if I would say most important, but it was definitely a groundbreaking film and an excellent film. I love the movie. But I think when people say important movies, it almost feels like an oxymoron to me, because movies are entertainment. But, whatever. All right, so with that, I am going to wrap it up, guys, because I got a crap ton of things to do today. I got to get the next video ready for tomorrow's release. I got to get the Space Engineer servers going. We're working on our evil plans to destroy Caroga once and for all. And what we're probably going to do is, once Caroga is completely destroyed, we're going to probably have to restart the server and dial back some of the mods a little bit and not have everybody paste stuff into the server to make it overloaded so quickly. But we'll figure that out later. So far, about 4 to 5 people here have said they liked the movie, and you thought your audience didn't. Well, 4 to 5 people. Now, let's go with the high number. Let's say it's 5. We currently have 22 watching, so that's 20% of this viewing audience right now. So if that's the case, 20%, then we could, based on current numbers, because, of course, YouTube's algorithm hating our channel, if we put out videos about it, then we could expect 100 to 200 views. So, yeah. So yes. Carlos says, Shake's Magic 8 Ball outlook not so good regarding episode 9. Yes, very true. And Wesley saying, boo. Okay. And episode 9 has Sith Troopers red, the First Order jet white. I hear they may also have a Sith jet trooper red. I don't care, though. That's the problem. I care about the story. And I don't know about it. BIRDOPREY is an endangered species, but we can do it by its call, such as son of a bitch. Damn it. It's flying and crashing. It's one thing they just wrong. Dark Phoenix Part 2. Yes, that's what I'm working on. You are not considering view you'd get from outside your audience. Well, that's a possibility. Maybe we'll talk about it, Mr. Miles. We'll do a Seven Samurai video and see if it has any traction. If it does, maybe we'll do a full review. Ha! You admit your plans are evil. Turnistan is evil one. Hail Caroga. Hyperbole. Entering Seven Samurai might bring new faces in. Yes, but yeah, we'll see. Live with Matthew says, I've never seen The Magnificent Seven. Well, it's just a Western version of Seven Samurai. But if you really want a great other version of Seven Samurai, you want to see Battle Beyond the Stars. Okay, have a good remaining of the day and an interesting dust. Thank you, Robert. I meant ID, not dumb. I meant ID, not it. Dumb spell check. I understand, Darth Maul. Yeah, it's... I hate it too. But we can ID it by his calls. Son of a bitch! Yes, if you're in the woods and you hear son of a bitch, it's a definitely a bird. I think about potential anime viewers who may sub if you cover Seven Samurai. I will consider it. I will consider it, but it's gonna have to be after. Keep in mind, I have commitments here that I have to do. I have to finish Dark Phoenix. I have to do the Incredible Hulk pilot, and I have to do Blazing Saddles. Those are all already have to do. Then once I get those done, we'll talk about Seven Samurai, unless somebody bribes me to do something else. There may be a solo Silver Surfer movie in production. I would like to see that, actually. I think that'd be a good way to introduce Galactus, is to have a Norrin Rad sacrifice himself to save his planet as part of a movie. I think that would be cool. Tom says, do you want time you'll be on Space Engineers? Well, as soon as I finish this, we need a BIRDOPREY son of a bitch ring to... Oh, yeah, we do. Oh, man, we absolutely do. All right, guys, I do need to wrap it up. So I will talk to you guys later. Have a good one. All that crap. Yes, I forgot Trigun as well. I got too much stuff. Thanks, Miles. And yes, Life with Matthew. Battle Beyond the Stars is the only science fiction production designed by James Cameron to feature a ship with boobs.